Dehage-flygtningelejren ligger i udkanten af Bethlehem. Lejren indtages jævnligt af militæret og er mærket af hårde kampe.
Det skal siges om flygtningelejre i Palæstina, at de blev etableret tilbage i 1948. Og dengang der var det bare telte. Og i og med, at de har været der i over 50 år nu, de her flygtningelejre, så er der jo efterhånden blevet bygget huse af beton, pap, hvad man nu har til rådighed. Det er mere. Pernille? Pernille? Ja. Samtidig er flygtningelejren et afdækket område, altså omkranset af hegn eller lignende. Og det vil sige, at hvis militæret kommer ind, så ved hele flygtningelejret i løbet af 0,7. Og det betyder, at folk kan bevæge sig mere frit rundt inde i flygtningelejrens territorier, men de kan for eksempel Bethlehem. Der er ingen lommer til noget. Kom på, det er dumt, de kan ikke sådan på det. Tidligere på aftenen begynder så småt at lyde skudsalver, og det er så efterhånden blevet til kontinuerlig beskydning. Og det lyder lidt som om, at der både bliver brugt almindelige geværer og tanks. Fordi der er både de der skarpe metalliske smæld, men også nogle dumpe og høje brag. Og for et kort øjeblik siden fik vi at vide, at det her var meget heftig beskydning. Og indtil da, der havde jeg i hvert fald ligget inde i min seng og skrevet. Og egentlig troede, at det måske var den normale situation, og derfor ikke været specielt nervøs. Altså, det er noget af det, jeg har overvejet. Hvordan jeg ville forholde mig til, at der lige pludselig ville være skudsalver, og man ved, at folk bliver slået ihjel meget tæt på, og man kan stille lige nøjagtigt ingenting op over for det. Nu er det meget, meget tæt på, ja. Og det føles selvfølgelig frustrerende. Altså, man kan ikke gøre noget, man ved bare, at de beskyder folk i området, ikke?
Rektoren for Bethlehem Universitet er højt respekteret for sit fredsarbejde. Han er som alle andre palæstinenser i byen spærret inde i sit eget hjem.
I would say that two important factors molded this conflict along the 100 years. One is the question of fear, and the second is the question of mutual distrust. Those two elements intertwined create what I call the psychological obsession of overcoming this idea of living together. And the psychological obsession on both sides will make it almost impossible to forget this protracted violence that has been going on for so many years now, and to claim and pretend that everything is fine and dandy. Do you think by reoccupying the territories, Sharon is going to bring security to the Israelis? This is a mambo January. I tell you, the suicide bombings are going to increase. Palestinians don't need to be mobilized to do it. We don't need Hamas and the Islamic Jihad or the Aqsa Brigade to do it. every single home, and every individual Palestinian is ready to become a martyr. All these kids who are 5, 6 years are not going to forget the ugly scenes that have been committed against them. This is what they don't understand. The psychology of violence breeds violence and breeds people who are more desperate to act, acts of violence against the Israelis.
Would you say that it would be possible for Palestinians and Israelis to live together in one state?
I'm Catholic, and I don't believe in divorce. Coexistence is inevitable. And I think if I want to dance with you, you being an Israeli, I would like to tango with you, because it takes two to tango. But I will never perceive that my tangoing with you will be cheek to cheek. I think it will take more than a generation to heal the wounds. And if we want to talk about healing the wounds, we better not only concentrate on peacemaking, but we have to concentrate on peace building. And building peace has certain kind of requirements. One of the basic requirements for building peace is that we have to cultivate together a culture of coexistence, a culture of peace, a culture of inclusion rather than exclusion, a culture of political participation, a culture of acceptance, a culture of trying more or less to discard the negation of the other, a culture of positive imaging, a culture of positive stereotyping, a culture of education that really should be instilled in the youth, that we are here doomed to coexist. And to the doom of coexistence imposes upon both peoples to make very historic, I think, compromises and very suffering compromises, very painful compromises, or else I cannot really see any kind of future in this part of the world.
Og der er meget lidt taletid på telefonen her, så hvis vi kan ringe og afrapportere senere, ville det være rigtig fedt. Okay, det er godt. Vi snakkes her.
We have a lot of food to carry. We'll carry as much as we can. I know some people said they have backpacks that they're willing to fill with food. When we've tried doing this before, they have opened fire. So that is something to possibly expect or anticipate. The most important thing is to maintain control so that we don't have any, casualties. If we lose control, we minimize the effectiveness and maximize the chaos and have the soldiers be in control. Even if they try to scare us with tear gas, sound bombs, shooting in the air, these are definitely deterrents, and the decision will be made whether we can advance or not. But try as much as possible, although you can probably never get used to these things, not to panic and to stay still.
Adam, there was a military car just driving by here. Yeah. Okay.
But they saw you and they kept going, so we're all safe. Don't worry.
They were scared. They were like,
no, I'm just saying, do they stop us like 5 meters from the hotel, the soldiers up there? Or?
Are we going out? Our plan is to just sort of go right past the hotel. The journalists will come out and join us. I hope they won't stop. I don't think they'll stop.
Okay. I'm fucking nervous, you know?
Don't be nervous?
You're a very experienced communicator, aren't you?
Well, it's not so much experience as I've had to do a lot of it with the Christian Peacemaker team, but also I'm an older woman.
Yeah.
They're less likely to be threatened by us.
Okay. So what's your name again?
Anne Montgomery.
Sorry?
Anne Montgomery.
Anne?
Yes.
Anne Montgomery.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Pernille.
Pernille.
Yeah, like, remember it with vanilla with a P vanilla, at the front.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good cool.
Yeah. Jeg skal altså op foran. Excuse me.
Okay. All the guys here, bag off.
According to international law, we are allowed to bring food and medicine to people in the area.
Not when it's closed by military. No.
Humanitarian aid is
According to Geneva Convention.
Okay, this is not a press conference now, so please, this is a military place. You got to get out now.
We're not talking to the press.
Okay,
we respect you for what you're doing here to try to protect people. but not to keep food out, because under international law, we have a right to do it. And we're talking to you, not to the press.
I have to go back, please.
Let me just talk to the people here. We won't move for a minute, okay?
It's loading, but they block us.
Okay, so we better do this.
Okay, all of you, just right. Go right, please. Right. All of you, please go right. Yes, yes. Right now. Right now, please. Right, right, please right.
She'll deliver the food and put it back. Give me another bag of bread. We need more bread. And they can see that it's bread, nothing else. Yeah,
of wild things who do not tax their lives with the forethought of grief. I come into the stillness of deep waters, and just for a moment I'm filled with the hope of
Det føles så uendelig vilkårligt. Det er et tilfælde, der gør, at vi lige er i den gade, eller det lige er den familie. Altså, der er så mange andre familier, der ikke får mad, ikke?
Thank you very much.
Det er så forfærdeligt ydmygende også for dem at skulle være afhængige af, at der kommer nogen tilfældigt ned i deres gade med mad, ikke? Altså, hvad fanden er det for en situation at stille folk i, ikke? Jeg føler, at jeg lader nogle folk i stikken ved at tage hjem. Altså nogle folk, som har haft et stort behov for, at man var her. Så det eneste, jeg er ked af, det er, at jeg ikke kan blive hernede, indtil hele den her situation er overstået.